morning. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network, and it's time now to take a look at our midday livestock trade with livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And Kyle, tell me a little bit about what you're seeing in the livestock market today.
Well, Lacey, it's been pretty quiet here as far as volume goes, and you're gonna look at some of these ranges here. We traded January feeders from a high of 341.37 down to 337.20. So, really doesn't act like we're even open. We've traded only about a $4 range here, and I mean that's really nothing here for feeders. But our high today, we've been up over $2 at one time. Now we're down 87 cents here at 338.22. Our high's been 341.37, so well off the daily highs. Live cattle, same sort of situation here. February live cattle traded up as high as 231.25, back to 229.50 right now. So well off our daily highs there. Now we are seeing a little bit of commercial buying in the spreads. Feb gaining on the April gaining on the June, and I do look for those spreads to kind of keep some firmness here if we were to see these futures sell off here just a little bit. That's on case-by-case basis here. Just kind of depends on the spreads. The seasonals are working out some of those spreads here that I mentioned last week, so you guys might want to be keeping an eye on those here and look to be taking some profits on those. But we are in the last full week of futures trading here for the year. Next week, the Packers, we're going to be buying here this week for next week, and that's going to be a shortened kill week. Also shortened kill week the week after. So with last week's ramp up there in the cash market, I wouldn't be surprised to see us just trade steady cash here this week, maybe a week steady as far as that goes. We did see box beef break that 360 area on the choice, and I think that's going to kind of keep the Packers here on defensive as far as their cash bids here this week. So thought that last week as well, but they ended up paying up, so it might be a little bit tougher to get them to pay up here this week. So lots of moving parts here. We do have a cattle on feed report here Friday after the close. And when we get those numbers out here later this week, I'll get them to you.
That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted with a look at your midday livestock trade here on the Rural Radio Network.
Gingrich Structures builds agricultural, commercial, and residential post-frame buildings to meet your needs. Built with superior craftsmanship and attention to every detail. Right now, 8 of your holiday specials are available. Connect with your local Gingrich Pro to plan your custom post-frame project and create a design with a special price built for you. Your Gingrich Pro will guide you every step of the way. Visit GingrichStructures.com to connect with your local Gingrich Pro and ask about the industry's only 5-year workmanship warranty. That's GingerICHStructures.com.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Welcome back to the Rural Radio Network. I'm Lacey Shippey with a look at your markets. Grains are lower today in what looks like a broad selling day across the markets, with the exception of soybean meal. Weekly export inspections for corn are still strong, coming in at over 1.5 million metric tons, with year-to-date pace at 169%. Weekly inspections for beans are staying soft at close to 795,600 metric tons, while year-to-date pace is at only 54%. And for wheat, weekly inspections were solid at just over 488,000 metric tons, and yearly pace at 122%. March corn is down 3 at 437 3/4. May down 3 1/4 at 445 3/4. July down 3 1/4 at 451 3/4. January soybeans are down 8 at 1068 3/4. March down 8 1/4 at 1078 1/2. May down 7 at 1090. March Chicago wheat is down 8 1/4 at 521. May down 8 1/4 at 529. March Kansas City wheat is down 5 3/4 at 554 1/4. May down 7 at 523 1/2. January soybean meal is up 50 cents at 303. March up 40 at 306. January bean oil down 71 at 49.36. March down 71 at 49.90. February live cattle are up 47 cents at 230. April up a dime at 229.50. January feeders are up a dime at 339.20. March up 27 at 334.35. February lean hogs are down 90 cents at 83.62. April down 75 at 88.77. And class 3 milk for January is down 15 cents at 15.7.